What's going on, everybody? This is Bryant from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news, and like always, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But before I get into things, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. We're almost to 148,000 subscribers, and then from there, the milestone that I'm looking forward to reaching is 150k. I think once we hit 150k, I'm going to do a giveaway on this channel. I don't know of what, but if you got any ideas, let me know down below. Also, my friend at the section, he is doing a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. He's about 50 subscribers away from hitting that goal. And the first place winner will win a pair of shoes, whatever's releasing at the time he hits 1K. So it could be this week. And that means that the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Georgetown is releasing, possibly that pair. I don't want to say for sure. It could be a possibility. And then second place winner will win $200. So there's going to be multiple winners. I think they're going to do something else as well. But to get locked into that, there is a link in the description below, which will take you over to his channel. Make sure to sub up. And then he's going to do a live stream to announce the winners. Now, getting back to this video, some of the highlights, we have information on the Air Jordan 7 Cardinals returning in 2022. As well, the Air Jordan 11 Velvet Midnight Navy will be releasing holiday 2022. We have release details on the Air Jordan 1 Chicago Reimagined and the Air Jordan 2 Chicago, and much more from Jordan Brand. Also, we got a good amount from Nike and one thing from Reebok. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. We have a lot of releases scheduled for April, and that will come across multiple brands. The first pair to speak about in this video is the Reebok Question Mid Mocha Toe. Images leaked some time back, however, at that time, we didn't have a release date. Things have now changed, and currently the date is scheduled for April 8th, and the retail price will be $160. You'll be able to grab them at places like Reebok.com. Now, I have seen some images floating around, so I do believe certain retailers have dropped them, but if you missed out, Reebok.com is where you'll be able to grab them. Part of Nike's vintage series, we had the Dunk High Vintage Black releasing in April. So the pair features a clean and simple theme. We have white and black throughout, and given the pair a vintage look, we have cell on the laces and the midsole. Unfortunately, for many, this will be a women's exclusive release, and they will debut on April 7th for $110. In late 2021, reports were going around that the Nike Air Max 97 Atlantic Blue would be returning. However, official images recently leaked, and this will be a new colorway, but it combines two OG colorways, which includes the Neon and Atlantic Blue. This release celebrates the 25th anniversary of the model, and it comes dressed in Atlantic Blue, white, metallic silver, and voltage yellow. So basically, they took the two OG colorways, fused them together, and we have this pair. Currently, no release date, however, they are expected to debut later this year for $180. This news broke some time back. I'm not sure if I actually spoke about it in one of the news videos. I know I wrote about it on SneakerFiles.com, but when it initially broke, it was a rumor at that time. However, we have confirmation that Nike will bring back the Air Max 186 Big Bubble. This announcement was made on the Sneakers live stream, and they stated that the model would be returning in 2023. The Air Max 1 Big Bubble was part of the original production run of the Air Max 1 in 1986, and that, of course, is before the Air Max 1 hit retailers in 87. Unfortunately, no retail price nor a release date, but they are expected to return in 2023. I'm going to include some photos from that live stream as well as a pair of the OGs. Now, this bit of information isn't 100% confirmed as of yet. However, the rumor is that the off-white Nike Blazer Low in white and University Red and in black and green will be releasing on April 8th. Ever since Virgil's passing, it seems that the releases, well, the upcoming releases, have been paused, but at the time of shooting this video, April 8th is the current rumored release date, and the retail price will be $140 each. Nike Skateboarding is releasing a bubblegum pack which pays tribute to different MLB teams. Recently, we showcased the Phillies pair and the New York Mets, but now we have a pair for the San Francisco Giants. So the Giants, they'll get their own SB Dunk High, and the pair comes with a cream hue on the mesh base and suede overlays. We have black on the swoosh, which is outlined in orange. Those two shades also land on the branding located on the tongue. And then on the inside of the tongue, we have a baseball glove, which represents the largest glove statue outside of Oracle Park. That's where the Giants play. And on the inside of the other tongue, we have a kayak, and that's for fans kayaking in McCovey Cove. And typically, fans are out there trying to grab a home run ball. Other than that, we have white on the midsole, black on the rubber outsole, which has pink bubblegum on the heel. Now, unfortunately, no release date. They are expected to debut this summer for $120. I know a lot of people are excited about the Nike Air Max Penny One Home releasing, and yesterday, official images of the shoes leaked. Now, if we're comparing to the original release, it looks like the blue is slightly lighter on the 2022 retro. I could be wrong on that. And the number one question I've been getting asked on the shoe is, when are they going to release? So I don't have a specific release date. However, I was told of a placeholder date. So you can expect it to release around that time. And that placeholder date is August 1st. So basically, they're going to drop this summer. It could be before August 1st or it could be after. And the retail price will be $170. I believe this news came out right before my last video went live, or it was shortly after my video went live. Either way, unfortunately, I wasn't able to include it in the previous video, but this is big news, so I wanted to go over it in this one. But as many of you know, Kobe Bryant and Nike are going to continue their partnership. Now, I wanted to read the press release from Nike. It may fill you in a bit more, and it reads, "In partnership with Vanessa Bryant, Nike's relationship with the Bryant family will focus on championing a new generation of fans and encouraging youth participation in sport. The first new shoe from the partnership, the Kobe 6 Protro Mambacita Sweet 16, will honor Gigi Bryant. All proceeds from the shoe will benefit the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation." Now that's a huge deal. I believe in one of my previous videos when Vanessa Bryant and Nike, they couldn't reach an agreement, I stated that maybe they should have done a line for Gigi and had the proceeds go to the Mambacita Sports Foundation, something along those lines. So I'm very happy that Nike is going ahead and doing that. But getting back to the press release, for many years, Nike and Kobe Bryant worked together to inspire fans around the globe. With Nike, Bryant left a game-changing lineage of basketball shoes and embraced opportunities to spend his love of sport from Greater China to North America. More than 2 years after Bryant's passing, his legacy on and off the court continues to resonate. Today, Nike is pleased to announce a new chapter of collaborating with the Bryant family. In partnership with Vanessa Bryant, the collaboration will inspire a new generation of athletes and encourage youth participation in sport. Kobe Bryant means so much to so many of us, not just NBA fans, but globally beyond the game, says John Donahoe. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Again, I apologize. He's the president and CEO of Nike Inc., and I probably should know how to pronounce it. He goes on to say, his impact in growing the sport, particularly encouraging women and youth people to pick it up, endures as one of his deepest lasting legacies. Together with Vanessa, we hope to honor Kobe and Gigi by championing a new generation for many years to come. I am happy to announce that we will continue my husband's legacy with Nike and look forward to expanding his and Gigi's global impact by sharing the Mamba mentality with youth athletes for generations to come, says Vanessa Bryant. As part of the new partnership, Vanessa and Nike will work together to establish a youth basketball center in Southern California, and Nike and the Bryant family will continue to outfit the NBA and WNBA athletes who carry the legacy of the Mamba mentality. So, like I mentioned early on, the first pair from the new partnership to release is the Kobe 6 Protro Mambacita Sweet 16. So this shoe actually had a few nicknames. all centering around Kobe Bryant or Gigi. Initially, I believe they were being called Mamba Forever, then it changed to Mambacita. Now it's Mambacita Sweet 16. And the release is actually going to celebrate Gigi's 16th birthday. Her birthday is May 1st, so a little over a month away. Now, I'm not sure if the release will come before or after that date or even on that date. It is a Sunday. And since we have photos of the shoes going around, the production is already done. It's been done for a while. I'm not sure where the shoes are, but hopefully they do get released around that time and not pushed back 10 months like every other shoe. And better yet, hopefully fans of Kobe Bryant are able to get this pair. Those individuals definitely deserve them. I know we can't stop reselling, and a lot of people look down upon reselling. I get it, but honestly, this is a pair of shoes that if I was able to get, it would stay in my collection. No way I would resell it. But let me know your thoughts about Kobe Bryant and Nike's partnership continuing. And once I get more information on upcoming Kobe releases, that will go into the following news videos as well as on SneakerFiles.com. Now, I don't believe I showcased this pair in a previous video, but if I did, I do apologize. Either way, some new images came out. Now, typically, I wouldn't showcase it again with just new images when it comes to the Air Jordan 1 Mid. So hopefully I didn't showcase it. Either way, we have this pair that's coming out soon, known as Green Python. I actually think this shoe is really dope. I know mids don't get a lot of love on this channel. There are some people that do like them, but the overall popularity of the shoe has definitely grown. So to go over the pair, it features white throughout the base, constructed with leather, and then we have Python snakeskin material on the overlays done in green. So pretty straightforward look, very clean, and they're rumored to release in women's sizing. I don't know at the time of shooting if it'll be an extended women's sizing or not, but more on that soon. In one of the previous videos, I spoke on the Air Jordan 1 High OG Denim. Now, for those that don't know, this is a women's release, and they were expected to release in June. However, the release was pushed back, but all we knew at that time was they would drop sometime in September. Now we have a date that could get pushed again, but I wanted to update you on that. And currently, this pair is scheduled to release on September 23rd for $170. This pair I'm definitely looking forward to purchasing, and it's the Air Jordan 1 High OG Heritage. Now, it's been a minute since I spoke on the shoes other than the release date change. So if you missed out on that in the previous video, I'll speak on it once again here. But more importantly, why I'm talking about the shoes again is the fact that official images popped up. So like always, it gives us a better look, probably the best look out. And currently the pair is scheduled to release on May 25th for $170. In the last video, we got a first look at the Air Jordan 4 Military Black. Now, due to the lighting in that photo, some thought that the black looked more like a navy blue. And I had planned on getting some images of the shoes to include in that video. However, they weren't sent in time. So we got the photos for this video, and big shout out to Tito's Kicks on Instagram for sending these over. Now, pretty straightforward look. I don't think we need to go over them again, but for the release info, which I'm going to talk about, they're currently scheduled to release on June 25th. They'll also be available in full family sizing, and the retail price will be $200. Over the weekend, images popped up of the Air Jordan 1 High OG Stealth, which gives us a first look. Now, what's releasing looks a little bit different from the initial Photoshop that was going around. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to see the shoes beforehand like I typically do, but I do know that the Photoshop was a bit different from what's releasing, and that is, I wouldn't say common, but it does happen. Without giving too much stuff away, each quarter of the year, Jordan Brand has a big unveiling on what they're releasing, stuff like that. And typically they have photos of the shoes, or they have them on hand, samples, where you can see them. There has been a few times where things do change. Jordan Brand has various reasons why. They don't happen too often, but here and there, and this is pretty much one of them. Now, the Stealth has a similar color blocking as the Heritage. Personally, I would have went with the Photoshop over this pair. That's just my opinion, of course. Very simple color theme, white throughout, gray detailing. The Wings logo on the ankle is debossed. And then we got a white midsole and a gray rubber outsole. So it's a simple look. It may grow on me, but right now I'm just like, whatever. And the current release date is July 15th, just a day after my birthday. So usually each year I like to buy a shoe that releases on my birthday or right around it. I don't think this is going to be one of them though. We'll see. And the retail price is $170. Now on to the holiday 2022 releases. And dropping in November is the Air Jordan 9 Fire Red. Now this is just a Photoshop. I don't believe it's accurate. I talked to my people and all they said that they knew that was different compared to the Photoshop and what's releasing is that the pair will feature patent leather. So it won't have a textured leather or just leather. It'll be patent. But as far as the color blocking goes, I can't confirm if it's going to look like this. And I believe the initial person who put it out was Z Sneakerhead Z and Mr. Unloved Ones. They said it was only a mock-up. It was just to represent what the shoes could look like. It's not guaranteed to look like this. But either way, the pair comes just in a white, fire red, and cool gray colorway. I think the look on this pair is decent. I think the blocking on this pair is nice. And currently, the pair is scheduled to release on November 5th for $200. Next up, we have a pair that's being called Black Olive for now. This is, of course, the Air Jordan 7, one of a few releases that will come out this holiday season and celebrates the 30th anniversary of the Air Jordan 7. Now, this is just a Photoshop. It's not accurate. And right off the bat, I'm sure most of you think that the shoes resemble the Air Jordan 7 Bordeaux. At least it does to me. The colors used on this, which are confirmed, is different from the Bordeaux. So this pair possibly could be a twist or just feature a similar colorway. And they come dressed in a black, cherry wood red, neutral gray, and chutney colorway. Now it's possible that I receive images of the shoe soon, or at the minimum, I should be getting more information as far as how the pair will look. Currently, they're scheduled to release on December 17th for $200. Alright, so the next pair is the Air Jordan 12 Black Taxi. Again, this is a Photoshop. It's not an accurate one. What I was told by my sources is that it's going to be mostly black and have gold detailing. So it could be what's releasing. I just don't want to say and 100% confirm that it is. I also talked to Z Sneakerhead Z. He isn't 100% sure on the look of this pair, but his sources told him something similar. So just remember, things can change. It could be minor detailing, but the pair will feature a clean and simple black and taxi colorway. Although from this Photoshop, it looks gold in areas and it might come off as gold when you have them in hand. Also, as far as the materials go, I can't confirm if it's going to be suede or leather, but more info on that soon. I'm definitely trying to track down images of these upcoming pairs as we speak, and currently the release date is October 15th for $200. I'm sure you guys have seen the news that there's a second Air Jordan 11 releasing this year. I've been seeing the image going around quite a bit, and that is the Air Jordan 11 Midnight Navy. So what I have on the screen was the initial Photoshop. However, what I'm about to post is what's going to be releasing. I'm sure you noticed the change, and I can confirm that what we're getting is the Air Jordan 11 Velvet Midnight Navy. So this is a women's exclusive release. It'll feature velvet. It'll be just like the Air Jordan 11 Night Maroon. I believe that's what it was called, where it featured velvet where the patent leather would go. So we're pretty much getting something like that, but in Midnight Navy. I know some people are going to be disappointed. And currently, for the release info, they are scheduled to debut on November 25th for $225. Now, November 25th is Black Friday. It's possible they could get moved around. However, that is the date for now. And I'm currently trying to find out if the shoe is releasing in extended women's sizing. I don't know as of yet, but like always, more info coming soon. Some additional information came out on the Air Jordan 1 Chicago Reimagined. Now, in the previous video, or it was the one before that, I can't remember, I spoke about the release date, which is October 29th. Now, they're still scheduled to release on that date. However, we have a bit more information. Now, as you guys already know, the pair is expected to feature a vintage look, which will land on the materials used and the packaging. Like I mentioned before, it'll have an improved toe box. It's supposed to look closer to the original as well. The upper could have a distressed look, and the midsole will appear to be aged. Now, the biggest announcement that came out is the retail price. So, as most of you know, the retail price would be $170. However, on the Air Jordan 1 Chicago Reimagined, they're going to cost $180. So we got a $10 increase for not just the Chicago Reimagined, but every Air Jordan 1 going forward. Yes, all the Air Jordan 1s coming out starting on October 29th and beyond will retail at $180. They'll also feature the improved toe box. I don't know if that signifies a $10 increase, but Jordan Brand knows that the Air Jordan 1 is their most popular model, or one of their most popular models. Maybe the Air Jordan 11 is the most popular, but at the same time, they don't release as many Air Jordan 11s per year as the 1. So they're definitely going to rake it in on the 1s. But yeah, I wanted to share that new information. Also, if you didn't know, the images on the screen is not the 2022 release. This is actually the OG from '85. October is going to be a crazy month. I've already spoke about it. We had the Air Jordan 2 rumored to release in October, and now we have a date. So just to run it back a little bit, as most of you know, the Air Jordan 2 Chicago is returning this year. They'll feature the original box and packaging, as well as come with the OG booklet and Wings hang tag. Other than that, Jordan Brand is going to try to get them closest to OG form. I know a lot of people joke and like to say that Jordan Brand will mess something up. I hope that they don't. But either way, I am happy that they're returning. And for the new info, we have the release date. So currently the pair is scheduled to release on October 22nd, and the retail price will be $200. So just a week before the Chicago Reimagined drops, we have the Air Jordan 2 Chicago. Both are pairs I 100% plan on picking up, even though I haven't seen images. Now I just gotta hope, along with everybody else, that both pairs are GRs. Now the Jordan 1 Chicago Reimagined should be a general release. However, I don't have information on the Air Jordan 2 Chicago. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below, and like always, more info coming soon. I was hoping that we would get at least one OG colorway of the Air Jordan 7 in 2022. I mean, it makes sense. It's the model's 30th anniversary, and what looks to be returning is the Air Jordan 7 Cardinal. Now, sometime back, I was told that the release around Black Friday, because they haven't been dropping a men's shoe on Black Friday, I think last year they didn't, and the year before that they didn't, would be the Air Jordan 7. At the time, I didn't know the colorway or anything like that. And then we find out it's a pair that comes dressed in white, black, cardinal red, and chutney. On the surface, that color scheme sounds a lot like the Air Jordan 7 Cardinal, but chutney isn't usually a shade used on the Cardinal. It's a familiar shade, but usually it's a shade of bronze. Now, my source wasn't 100% sure if it was going to be the Air Jordan 7 Cardinal or something with a twist. And I know recently Z Sneakerhead Z, he put out something speaking about it. At that time, he wasn't 100% sure as well, and both of us were asking multiple sources that we individually have. And finally, one of his sources came through and was able to confirm that, yes, the shoes are returning. So this is great news. More than likely, the pair will be available in full family sizing. I don't have that information just yet. And the images you're looking at is not the 2022 release, but the pair that dropped in 2011. Also, to go back, this is an original colorway that dropped in 1992. We saw the first retro release take place in 2006. And then 5 years later, Jordan Brand released the shoe once again in 2011. Currently, the release date is November 26th, so one day after Black Friday, and the retail price will be $210. I know a lot of people were hoping that the Air Jordan 7 Playoff would return. A lot of people like to call them the Raptors, although the shade is slightly different. Hopefully that does release. I would love for that pair to come back out. But let me know your thoughts on the Air Jordan 7 Cardinal returning holiday 2022. And that's going to do it for this video. Like always, greatly appreciate you guys for watching. If you got a second and haven't done so already, appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Again, my friend over at the section, he is about 50 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 subscribers. At that point, he's going to do a giveaway on any shoe that's releasing around that time when he hits 1K, in your size, of course. And that will be for the first place winner. Second place winner will win $200. So I got a link down in the description below. Make sure to sub up to his channel. Hopefully this week he hits 1,000 so he can do that giveaway. Like always, let me know what you liked or disliked in this video. I do plan on dropping another video this week. At the very minimum, it's going to be the April Air Jordan release dates. But as of late, I don't feel like those videos are very helpful because the release dates, they always change. So to make a dedicated video to releases that are always changing, I don't know, I don't feel like it's that helpful. I could just include that in the news videos, but let me know down below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.